Welcome back everyone to Project W, episode 15. Let's get on with it. So the first thing I want to do this episode is actually finish up this hole. Because I feel like there's not a lot left to do than to decorate the walls of this hole. Then we can get started on actually building, well, whatever Project W actually is. Which yeah, you know what? By the end of this episode, I think I'm gonna reveal it. But before we get on to that, I think I should probably fill in these holes that I left behind last episode. Just before the episode ended, I left this behind and honestly, it's not that hard to do. So, you know what, let's just fill in these. Now the plan is to make the hole have this sort of transition from this basalt all the way back to stone. That way it creates this very cool like shading effect, kind of like how I made the walls for the factory. So yeah, let's get doing that. Now the idea for the transition is to simply make the few layers between, oh, how do I say this? Basically what I'm gonna do, right before I get into the next layer, I will add a fifth of the next layer into the previous layer, and then a layer, oh man, this is really hard. Basically, before the next layer, I will add a fifth of the next layer, then a third of the next layer, and then half of the next layer, and then we will transition that. Yeah, you know what, I'll just make it. It's really hard to explain. It's a lot of math, if I'm gonna be honest. It's done! It's done! Oh god, okay, that took me a day. Wow, okay, let's look. Oh yeah, this looks awesome. Oh, it's complete! Oh my god, okay, hold up. It's complete! This should be a celebration moment. Why am I so chill? Oh my god. It might be because I'm so tired. Oh man, this looks so awesome. It's done. It's complete. The hole is done. Now all that's left to do is do the other stuff. We can get going with... We can start the next phase properly. Oh my god. I'm at a loss for words actually. I don't know where to start. I don't know how to start. I should probably make the layouts first. Now that basically most of the factory is filled, and all of this is done, I think I should probably reveal what Project W actually is. Basically, previously, I have never really properly played Minecraft on a PC. Before this, I was always playing on mobile, and I never really had the capabilities of making large structures like this before. Basically, So basically, in this world, I wanted to try to make a city of some sorts. Maybe a city with mini games that I can make. I'm not really sure, honestly. I'm just making this for fun. There's not really a real purpose for this, but I just wanted to test out what I can do. Also, I'm not much of a builder in Minecraft, so I really want to try some new designs and styles because that would be a lot more fun, seeing as in previous worlds I never really had the dexterity to do this before. So playing with these new styles would be a lot more fun in survival. And yeah, let's see where this goes. Now the first thing I should probably do is lay out the entire, well, city that I want to make. This could be tricky. Alright guys, so right now I'm in a copy of the world. That way I can lay out the world much more easier. And basically, all these red lines will be the roads that lead through the city. And the blue lines will be templates for where I'm gonna build some structures. The emerald blocks are maybe where I'm going to put more beacons because I would love to have multiple beacons to add speed so that way we can move faster throughout the city. Because let's be honest, walking is very slow in Minecraft. And now that I'm actually mapping out the world, I actually do realize I have a lot of play space. There's so much room for me to do stuff. And if I'm gonna be honest, I don't think I really planned this entirely, but you know, we can wing it. I do think that there's a lot of things I want to try out, especially make some mini games. I have a couple of ideas. So the first thing I really want to start on is actually this build, because this one I will call the mall, supposedly, because this is where I'm going to be keeping all my villagers, probably. Now, seeing as this is going to be where I'm keeping all my villagers, I should probably also have a lot more villagers, now that I think about it. Because right now I only have 3 villagers, and one of them is a cartographer. 2 of them are just librarians. We should probably obtain more villagers. Today I really want to focus on getting some stuff done, especially this building. I'd say the structure of the mall goes first, just the exterior. That would be nice. I think that would be simple. On top of choosing better color palettes, I do think having more detail on the structure would be more interesting. Like I said, I do want to experiment more on this world, because I've never really built in such a, well, grand scale before. But speaking of detail, I think first of all we should probably add some more detail to the factory, because let's be honest, it's pretty basic, not gonna lie. One thing I think I should add is actually a fence gate around the factory, like this, made of these iron bars. Because let's be honest, a factory shouldn't be open to the entire city. It should be something off limits to normal members of society. So in practice, it's not really something that should be accessible. It's kind of like some kind of law stuff. It's not that deep, not gonna lie, but I just want to add some, little details. Also, if I'm gonna be honest, I think I've come to the conclusion I don't like this dome. I hate this dome. I'm not gonna lie. I'm not gonna lie. I really hate this dome. It's a terrible dome. It's not even a dome actually. I actually chose an ellipsoid. That's why it looks so weird. I was supposed to choose a sphere. That way I just copied a half of that sphere, and then yeah. The point is, it's terrible and I want to destroy it. So right off the bat, there's quite a lot of things I want to do this episode with the mall and some additions to the factory, but now that I'm actually thinking about it, maybe I should take my time. So let's start off with the factory first, seeing as this is the most used building in the entire city. So like I said, I think we should probably start on making the fence. Luckily, I have a very efficient iron farm, which gives me a bunch of iron bars. I also have put out a layout for the size of the building, because let's be honest, it's kind of big, not gonna lie. It's, what is this, a 24-sided octagon, supposedly? I did mathematically try to get the right amount of size for this. I think this is approximately 24 if we're using the hypotenuse of that. Let's just say I use a lot of Pythagorean theorem for this. Minecraft really is just a complex math game, isn't it? Oh man, I should really fix. This is a creeper hole, isn't it? Oh god, I'm so terrible. I also need to terraform this thing, because let's be honest, this looks disgusting. Oh god. Okay. I should really fix that. We're gonna do that later though, because I wanna get this thing done first. 3, 4, 5, 6. Boop. Okay, now that I'm actually looking at the back side of the factory, I do need to do a lot more terraforming here. Because if I'm gonna be honest, that looks terrible. This looks even worse. We need to fix all of this. Luckily, we have about, how much is this? Oh wow. We've got a lot of dirt for this. Nothing to worry about. Since I'm gonna do some terraforming, it's only fair that I let you listen to music. Alright. Here we go. Alright, so as you can see, I've finally done all the terraforming. It is complete. It actually looks not that bad. I'm never one who usually does organic stuff, so actually making this terraform look kind of like normal generation, it doesn't look that bad, if I'm gonna be honest. I really like this. I'm kind of really proud of this, because I've never really built anything like this before. This is really new to me, and I've actually tried using some organic skills from making circles. Cause like here I would add like some small touches of like it coming out here. I also take some inspiration from natural generation like these where they like go up a bit like this. So I'm copying that down here. The one problem we have with this is the fact that mobs can spawn here. And the most annoying part about some mobs is that some mobs pick up the stupid dirt and bring them into the factory. And that mob being Enderman. Two Endermen just came out of nowhere and decided to pick apart my terraforming. So I guess I do need to light this place up. Since I do have a moss farm, we can just use this tactic here where I add carpets over lights. It's a cheap way of doing it, but it looks nice. Now, I will say for the gate, I did try to make like a guard entrance. It's pretty. Oh, I don't know how to say this. It's not great, if I'm gonna be honest, this entrance. It's something, I will say that. It really looks like 2012 Minecraft build with some extra flair. But it's got some personality, okay? It's not bad. I will try to fix whatever that guardhouse is going to be. But for now, let's just leave it like that. Now my next focus of building would be to actually get this done. Cause this has actually been quite a long time since we've left this. But the ceiling of this factory, the lighting is terrible, let's be honest. The interior looks amazing, I will admit. But the ceiling's lighting is really a mess, to put it simply. And I want to put a stop to that. So by accessing the back here, we should be able to come in here and, you know, actually fix the lighting at the top here. Now the question is, what do I want to use for the lighting? I could use some frog lights. I do have a lot of them. I got double chests worth, right? If I recall. Yeah, I have a double chest worth of frog lights. Let's see how this looks. Actually, that doesn't look that bad, if I'm gonna be honest. I know it does contrast a bit from what we have on the walls here. It does look a lot more brighter. But I think that does work in a way. I think we could actually be onto something here. I do wonder though if there's maybe a better way for me to transition like up there where it's going towards the circle center. That does look a bit off-putting. The part over here where it goes to the wall doesn't look too bad, but this one looks a bit off. Maybe we have to go all the way and just go with it. I will try that. But I do think these frog lights do help with the ceiling. Alright, it's done. This looks so good. I'm actually really happy with this. And the lighting is perfect up here if we take a look. The lighting back here is The lighting back here is perfect and it looks great. It's awesome. I love this. Now that we've done that, let's go add more details to this base. A few larger details I might add. Yes, I'll be the first, probably not the first, but one to admit, this looks ugly. It is terrible. I hate this, if I'm gonna be honest. Which is why I'm probably going to make a new roof to this. What is it gonna be? I have no clue yet, if I'm gonna be honest. But it's not gonna be the stupid dome. Man. I had high hopes for this, but it's just not working. We've kept this here way too long. I think it's time that we get rid of the dome. Maybe if the dome was a bit larger it could have worked, but I don't know. It just doesn't work, man. At least not to this scale. So yeah, I'm going to be spending tomorrow taking this down and thinking about how I'm gonna fix this. Oh god, here we go. Alright guys, as you can see we finally removed the stupid dome. And I think I'm gonna go and start making the layout for whatever we're gonna replace this dome with. I spent all day trying to figure out what I want to put here, and I think I've come up with something that could be quite interesting. The problem is, it's going to cost me probably a lot of blocks of quartz. This circle will be the interior, the exterior layer will start over here somewhere. This is approximately where the exterior is going to be, and based on what you can see here, yeah, it has costed me at least 2 stacks of quartz blocks, which is a problem. I'm going to have to collect more quartz. Luckily for me, the main problem is actually getting the layout of, because I'm only going to be using quartz for the layout of what it's going to be. It's just going to be like, it's just the layout. The actual walls will be made out of cobbled deep slate probably, and its variants and all that stuff. Just deep slate in general. Okay, so slight problem. We're out of quartz. Luckily, I think we might have a solution. And that solution would be to quickly make a bartering farm. Now, bartering farms are actually super OP. They're really fast. I just need to get myself some way to get the piglins inside of a chamber, which is gonna be a bit problematic, not gonna lie. Now, the big question is, how do I gather a bunch of piglins into one place? Okay, I'm gonna do something crazy. Come here, buddies. Whee! Oh no. Ah! I probably didn't think this through. Hey, hello. How do I do this? It is a lot fun to fly in the nether. Although it is also quite scary because if I accidentally break my elytra or crash into something, I do fall into a pit of lava. Not like that hasn't happened before. I mean, what? No, I've never fell in a pool of lava before. What is the best place to get a bunch of piglins? I might need to go back to my bastion. God, it's been a while since I've been here. Okay. Now I guess I need to wrangle up some piglins that can spawn here. Luckily for me, that is the case for bastions. Piglins constantly spawn around these spots. Hopefully one comes up. Not you though, you're a zombie. Okay, how do I do this? I did not think this through. I will name you Jimmy. And you will also be Jimmy. And so will you. I need all the Jimmys to come here, please. I don't even know why I'm calling you Jimmy, that's just the name that came to mind. Whoa! Hey now. No shooty shooty. Whoa, hey! Oh crap. Well, that was uncalled for. And they're taking my stuff. Great. That didn't go as planned. Goodness sake. It wasn't gonna be like this, Jimmy, but unfortunately, you guys have left me no choice. Now the idea is, if I can probably get all those Jimmys down there into this little hole here. Basically, I want to trade with them, but unfortunately, they don't want to trade with me. So I need to get them all into one place. Come here. Everybody. Hey, are you Jimmy? You are Jimmy. You. Whoa, hey. Are you all Jimmy? Nope. So they found another way up, which sucks. And they're shooting each other, which double sucks. This sucks. So after dying 2 more times, I finally got 2 piglins in the stupid hole. I then realized that naming the piglins was a waste of time because I could have thrown a helmet, they'd pick it up, and they wouldn't despawn. Now, the way the farm works is that we hook a redstone clock to a piston, it will move a gold ore block. This will aggravate the piglins every time the block is moved, and the bartering becomes instant. Crazy, I know right? Now, with this setup, surely I can get a lot of quartz, right? Alright, so finally after a while I got a couple more in sight, got 2 more. Hopefully, this should work. Now, we have quite a lot of stuff actually. I'm gonna go grab some shulker boxes. Now hopefully this should work. Whoa. Oh come on, really? So now let's try this. If we just control Q. Ooh, look at that. Oh yes. Now how do I... Whoa. Okay. Hopefully. Yes. Nice. But none of it is something that I wanted. So, hopefully. Woo! That's a lot of stuff. Okay, hold up. Hey, what are you doing? You're lost. What I wanted was quartz. We got a couple of quartz, but we need more quartz. This isn't enough, if I'm gonna be honest. Control Q. Woo! That is awesome. That's very fast. Did we get any quartz though? We got some quartz. Could use some more. God, it's filling up very fast. Don't have a lot of quartz, if I'm gonna be honest. I feel like this is not the best way to collect quartz, if I'm gonna be honest. I might have shot myself in the foot here. What a complete waste of my time. This sucks. So as it turns out, mining for quartz is much more faster than trading with the piglins. Who would have thought? So right about after what was that? 2 hours, 3 hours? I don't even remember. But quite a long time, we have been in the nether. We have collected, what's that? 18 stacks of quartz ore. Now it's time to go mine it, which is another part of the task that is daunting, but I'll take a break first because it was very tiring. I traveled like 2,000 blocks in the nether to gather all these quartz. Oh my god. Okay, I honestly have no idea if this is enough. Only time will tell. But we have the outlines completed. What's left is just to fill in these with, well, stuff. Stuff that will become apparent in quite a short amount of while. And there we go. It's done. I actually really like this. It adds so much space for me to make an interior up here, which, while that does add more jobs for me, it actually gives me more space to play with in terms of storage. I also make this hole. I have an idea of how to decorate this hole, but we can talk about that later because look at all this interior space that we can play with. I also removed this upper bit here, that way it's easier to walk up here. And a cute little staircase, of course. Very simple, very nice, I love it. Now I have to figure out a way to decorate the exterior of this vase. Because right now it is just a blank wall, and I think I have a few ideas that I can use to decorate each little sides of these walls. And I think a good place to start is actually the roof. Because there's a lot of empty space here, I do want to get this done. And I think we can make it a lot more better than, well, just this blank hole. And no, I'm not gonna make another hemisphere. I know that looks terrible and I'm not gonna do it. Instead, I'm gonna make a prism. It sounds a lot worse, but in theory, it should look like what a factory looks like. So, here we go. Okay, now that looks like a factory. That looks so good. I really love how well this has come together. Keep in mind, I never planned it to be like this. This is why I came up with the dome in the first place. I did not know what I was going to do beyond making this cool wall. But man, this has come together so nicely. I love this. I can't stop looking at this, especially when you get close and then the smoke just appears like that. Oh, that's so good. I have to light this place up though. It is not mob proof and we have to do something about that. Oh, that's so cool. How the smoke just rises up. Oh, I love it so much. It's so cool. I could look at this forever, man. This is just so good. Also, let's look at this map change. Boop. Whoa, I like that. Oh, that looks so much better. I'm happy with this. This is what an achievement. I love this so much. Alright, enough of that. Let's get making these walls of the factory. Because right now, they're pretty blank, and we should probably add something. For this wall, I think something simple would be to make a, like, giant @ sign, I guess. Something like that. I need lost scaffolding for this. Also, I'm not really sure how I'm gonna do this. And there we go. I think it's done. That looks nice. I really like this. Now, the next thing I should probably do is the one on the side. Well, specifically on this side. All of these are sides. What am I saying? But on this side, what I want to do, the reason why I have this hole is, well, first of all, to fly out of here. And second of all, I'm going to make this some kind of like a loading dock entrance kind of thing. You'll see in a bit, but that's the idea of it. I will show you in a second how it's actually going to look once it's actually finished. Genuinely, I love how this looks. This looks so good, especially from the outside because inside it's not done yet. We have to polish up the walls and the interior and all that, but outside, looking in, this looks so much better than my previous one. I don't know what I was thinking. Look at this. This looks far better than my Among Us stupid dome thing. Plus, this aligns with the entrance, which makes a lot more sense. God, this looks so good. Ooh, the sunrise. I wonder if we can look at the factory during the sunrise. Wonder how that look. Can I just? Yeah, look at that. Oh man, it's almost been a year? Was it half a year? I don't remember how long I've been on this world. But dang, this looks so good. I love it so much. I love it when the smoke comes out just for a second. Because it can't render in from distance. It is a shame. I wish that campfires can render the smoke from further distances, but you know what? This is fine. It'll do. I'm okay with this. Okay, now on the next wall, what I want to do is actually build a giant fan. I've never really done giant fans. I always thought those looked industrial and really cool. So, yeah, I think I should try and build one once in my life. I think it'd fit well for the factory. And there we go. It's done. Ah, I love this. I really love this fan. It's so good. I love it so much. Oh, I've never built something like this before. Anyway, the wiring and things. It's not really wiring, I don't really know what to call it, but these things, like these pipe things, that was such a hassle to make. So annoying. But there we go. 3 sides of the factory are done. Well, not entirely done. This one could use some more details. And this side is still pretty blank, so I gotta add something here. But I can do that next time. Right now, I should probably do something about this. Now, if I'm gonna be honest, I don't really have an idea for what I'm gonna put here. All I know that there's going to be an entrance here. That way we have access to this part of the roof. I might need some time to tinker this in a creative world, but yeah, I think we could come up with something. Alright, I think I've got something, and it's gonna look pretty weird, but it might look great. We'll see. I feel like this is a bit egotistical, but I don't see any other good choice, so I'm going with this idea. Let me just show you. It's done. You know, at night, this doesn't look half bad actually. I do think the width could be a bit larger. It does look a bit squished. I can work on that later. But overall, this doesn't look half bad. And it's such a flex. I was originally going to make it out of diamond, but yeah, unfortunately for some reason, I don't have a lot of diamonds. I mean, yeah, I do have a stack and a half of diamond blocks, but that's not half of what I used to have back in my pocket edition world. But hey, the factory is basically complete. I can't believe it. It's done. It's beautiful. It's gorgeous. And yeah, I don't know what to say. This is amazing. I love this. The interior isn't done yet, I will say. But overall, the exterior is done. We can do the interior next time. god, that looks so good, especially at night. I love this so much. Keep in mind, I never planned this second floor. I only planned to build the walls back in like last... What was it? Oh. Back in like the first month of building this. So this is insane how incredible this has come together. And with that guys, I guess that's all I have for today. We completed the factory, well, we actually fixed the factory, upgraded the factory if you will. That was a lot of fun if I'm gonna be honest, except for the part where I had to make that piglin bartering farm. I hate that one. But overall, this has been a success. And yeah, you know what? I'll catch you in the next one. Also I have finals this week. Wish me luck.